Squash first debuted at the Games in Kuala Lumpur in 1998. Since then, it's become a core sport and arguably one of the most keenly contested titles.
I'm probably one of the top 10 most competitive people in the world. I cause a lot of family arguments playing Monopoly, Scrabble at Christmas. You know, I have to win at all costs, and if you've ever seen me play squash, then you know what I mean by that.
2010 was something of a breakthrough year for Nick Matthew. Having secured both the British and US Open titles, he set his sights on the Delhi Commonwealth Games. From there, he took home gold in the men's doubles and the headline event, the men's singles.
I do remember that match very fondly because it was one of a handful of matches where things seemed to go right for me from the word go, and that never happens. There's so many variables on a squash court that there's no such thing as a perfect match, but on that day I played as well as I've played in my career, so been striving to match that level ever since.
Born in Sheffield, 33-year-old Matthew has been playing squash professionally for 15 years.
I first got into squash at the age of 8. Walked past the squash courts one day, saw plenty of kids running around having a lot of fun. The rest is history, as they say. Professionally, I started competing at 18 when I left secondary school. My parents were quite keen on me going to university, but I made a deal with them that they'd give me 3 years on the tour. I had to be making inroads into the higher world rankings, and I think after 3 or 4 years I was ranked in the top 50 in the world, so they let me carry on after that.
In 2010, just before the Commonwealth Games in Delhi, Nick finally became world #1.
I didn't make it to the top until relatively late in my career. I think I was the oldest ever first-time world #1. It was a month shy of my 30th birthday when I got to world #1 for the first time, so it meant I had many years of struggling. So when I finally got there, I guess I was better equipped in a way to deal with that.
Just a few weeks later, Matthew reached the Commonwealth men's singles final to face the familiar sight of fellow Englishman James Willstrop.
The gold medal match in singles in Delhi, I played against James Willstrop, who's been a long-term rival of mine ever since we first turned professional. I think he turned professional 2 or 3 years after me, and we've been rivals ever since.
We sort of push each other on, I suppose, and there's a good, healthy competition between the English players, and that competition and that inspiration from the top players is a very healthy thing and helps a lot.
The thing about squash that I love the most is just that one-on-one battle. It's basically chess on wheels. It sort of challenges your wills mentally, physically, technically, tactically. It really challenges every aspect of sort of human nature, really. There's no hiding place once that door closes.
All sport is psychological warfare, isn't it? On there, you're fighting half the battle against yourself, and you're in a glass cage, and you're short of oxygen, and you've got this player trying to beat you, and you muddle things in your head. So the people who don't muddle it as much and who keep positive are going to have a great advantage.
James's playing style, he's very technical, very tactical, you know, he's very thoughtful on the court. If you imagine a 50-pence piece on the floor, he would hit it 9 times out of 10. But I like quite a fast pace, like to intercept the ball on the volley and make the game physically tough, and see sort of how my opponent likes that, you know. I feel like if the guy's going to beat me, then he's going to know about it. And I think when I play James, for example, that leads to a great contrast in styles. And we're both from Yorkshire, so we're pretty stubborn.
Matthew won comfortably last time out, but 4 years on, with both players consistently ranked in the top 5 in the world, the expectations are high for another clash at Glasgow 2014.
The Commonwealth Games, in the absence of the Olympics, becomes our Olympics, and winning gold in Delhi was certainly a highlight of my career. Even if we were part of the Olympics, that wouldn't negate how important squash sees the Commonwealth. You know, we're really grateful of being a part of that since 1998, and we think we've given a good account of ourselves every time we've been involved, and hopefully we'll do so again.